As I was driving to choir the other day, I was reminded of how I felt at 18, right before I was about to begin my driving lessons, and how I was terrified at the thought of being let loose in traffic, feeling like the stupidest thing in the world was to put me behind the wheel in what is basically a killing machine, where all I had to do was just swerve a little and I'd hit some pedestrian. I was not to be trusted with that responsibility. Under no circumstance was that ever going to be a good idea. And now I use the car at least once a week to get to my choir and my opera, and it's just normal that I can just borrow it and go to a friend's house or go grocery shopping. Something that just seemed so absurd just a year ago. And this in turn reminded me of a conversation I had with a psychologist at one point. See, I am the kind of person who's really good at overthinking and over-planning. And by this I mean I will overthink every little detail and I have a plan ready for every problem that could possibly arise. Which also means that I'm gonna be sitting and trying to problem solve like 4, 5, 6 years into the future. Which causes a lot of stress because I can't solve those problems. And this psychologist told me that there is no way that me now is ever going to be able to solve problems that me in 5 years in the future is going to run into because I simply haven't had enough life yet. I'm missing 5 years of life. And when he said that, it was quite obvious. Of course, I don't have enough experience and I'm gonna have 5 more years of experience and overcoming obstacles, and I'm gonna have learned so much more about the world because I'm still very, very young and very tiny in the grand spectrum of things and of life. And there is no way that 19-year-old me is ever going to be expected to be able to handle problems that 24-year-old me is going to run into, especially since I don't even know where 24-year-old me is going to be. Like, if all goes to plan, I'm not even gonna be in the same country. And as I recalled this conversation with the psychologist, as well as recalling how 18-year-old me about to start driving lessons felt, in comparison to 19-year-old me having had driving lessons and passed her driver's test and now driving, it just kind of proved it. 18-year-old me was afraid of driving because she hadn't learned how to drive yet. 19-year-old me knows how to drive and knows that I'm not just gonna randomly swerve and hit a pedestrian. Just like 24-year-old me is gonna know how to handle rent and taxes and whatever shit is gonna come her way. Sometimes I just need to step up and remember that I am here now, and when all those problems that I'm overthinking are gonna happen, I'm gonna be in a different place. And I just need to trust that life is gonna hand me the obstacles, which will teach me the lessons so that when I'm 24, I can handle everything that comes my way. And I know that a lot of other people my age have the same tendency to kind of fret over the future that we can't control or problem solve yet. So I just wanted to share this little thought with you.